interest in dark humor, and that's the reason I'm producing this little video. Now, I have a brother who is 85. He's a few years younger than I am, at 91, and his name is Jim Boy, and he is I would call him officially he's a innocent, and by that we mean he's free from moral problems. He's free from moral wrong. Now, in our part of the country, a little further south there, we call these people good old boys. And unfortunately, today we don't have any good old girls, but one of these days we will. Every morning, or almost every morning, Jim Boy and his dog leave their Upper East Side apartment and go down to the nearest park, which is Central Park, and they sit. They have a regular bench that they sit on. They may think about things. They may meditate. They may watch people going by and wonder what they're thinking about them, and vice versa. And people do wonder, how about these funny-looking cowboys and a crippled dog out on the street? Now, these are not totally funny-looking cowboys. They're just cowboys that happen to be wearing suits or clothing that was popular in around 1850. And maybe we're having a comeback. We have a swifter that comes down to your ankles. It's black in this case, and they have a Stetson hat. They're still around, with a wide brim, a little bit like this. We have their boots are Cobra leather boots, and the whole thing looks antique. And some people are commenting in that regard as they go by. Well, that's New York. What the hell? That's New York. You got to expect this. Now, this cat is a troublemaker here, and I've got another dog over here who's another troublemaker. That's okay. We've got a few minutes in it. So they're sitting there with these cowboy boots on and the cowboy outfits, and the park becomes more occupied with children today. And the reason for this is that now that the COVID epidemic has calmed down a bit, mothers and nannies feel a little more comfortable about bringing their kids to the park. And so they do. And they, of course, notice that Jim Boy and his three-legged dog are a little bit different from the average participant in the children's games or their watchers. And they're curious. And so finally, one of the mothers comes over and chats up Jim Boy, finds out about the weather, talks about the weather with him in schools and the general neighborhood on the Upper East Side. And then she decides he's a nice old man. I'm glad he's out here watching us. And then she asked him, but which one of the children is yours? And he said in his cowboy accent, well, I've been thinking about that a good while, but I ain't got no conclusion. I can't decide on which one of them to cut out. The little blonde girl looks good in the rodeo outfit there, and the dog likes her because she brings them, what do we call them? some kind of treats. I forgot the name of them things. What is it? Caviar, caviar dumplings, and that dog likes those caviar dumplings. I've not tried one, but I imagine they're pretty good. Well, anyway, in the 30 seconds that he is saying this woman's eyes pop out. Looks like she's pop-eyed, and she's practically catatonic. She can't move after hearing that. And then she gradually slides off the bench and eases on around the edge of the park and off of the park. And then picks up her phone. And then one thing happens and then another. And then Jim Boy finds himself in the precinct headquarters for the police of New York City. And he's handed a summons. You're to be in court two weeks from today, I believe it was. So that's what happened for a minute or two. But very quickly, the CEO of this family, the real man of the family who runs things, was on the telephone hollering, "Get that fixer in there and take care of this mess." And of course, we'd already done that. We have fixers and the lawyers all ready to go when little problems like this happen to show up. And so we told him, we fixed it. They're back on the street. They're back down their street meditating or whatever the hell they do. This crazy cowboys. So that's the way it was. But I happen to think that maybe he was more worried about publicity. He had visions of the newspaper headline reading a member of, is it Renowned? I don't think it's Renowned. I think some other well-known money laundering outfit picked up for capturing kids in Central Park with a cowboy outfit and a crippled dog and the caviar dumplings. And he said, if you ever pull another stunt like this, I'm going to fire your ass even though you are related. And we don't know whether he did or not. But Jim Boy did have something to say to New Yorkers. And this is what he did. These New Yorkers don't seem to know the difference between a pedophile and an old cowboy joke. And that is the end of the story.